My name is Mary. I am a woman, and I am 37 years old. I have blonde hair and blue eyes. Some people say I am pretty, but honestly, I don't really think about it much. I work as a professor. I teach economics at a big college. I really like my job. My students are young. They have so much energy. But my own life, well, my life is usually very quiet. I go to work every day. After work, I come home. I read my books. I have some friends, of course, but I am not dating anyone. I am single. And if I'm honest, sometimes I feel a little lonely in my quiet life. This semester, a new student came into my economics class. His name was Mark. He is very young, only 19 years old. He has dark hair and a really nice smile. He always sat in a chair near the front of the room. Mark was a clever student. He understood the lessons well, but sometimes I saw him looking at me. He looked at me when I was teaching. He looked at me when I was writing on the board. It was a different way of looking, you know? It was not like how the other students looked at me. After class, Mark often stayed behind. Other students left quickly, but Mark waited. He always had something to say to me. Usually it was about the lesson, but sometimes it was more. He would look at me and smile and say, "Professor Mary, your lecture today was really interesting. You explained things very well." His eyes looked so friendly when he said this. Another time he said, "You look very nice today, Professor. I like that color on you." He said it quietly, and I felt my face get warm. I was so surprised by his words. My mind started to think, "Mary, be careful," I told myself. "This is not right. He is too young for me, and I am his professor. There are rules about this. It is wrong to have these kinds of talks." So I tried to be strong. When he tried to talk about things that were not economics, I tried to stop him. I would make my voice sound strong and say, "Mark, do you have a question about the lesson? We should talk about economics." I wanted to be professional. I told him, "My personal life is my own, Mark, and yours is yours." I tried to push away the strange feeling his words gave me, but it was difficult. A small part of me felt a little bit happy when he said nice things. It had been a long time since someone paid me this kind of attention. It felt nice to be noticed, but I knew it was a bad idea. The weeks went by quickly, and I felt very tired. Teaching is hard work. I needed a break from everything. I needed to get away from the college, from the city, and from the difficult feelings I had. So I booked a holiday. I found a beautiful island very far away. It looked perfect. Sun and quiet beaches. I thought, I will go there and I will not think about students. I will not think about work. So I went. I was on this beautiful island. One evening, I was sitting at a bar on the beach. The evening was warm. I had a cool drink in my hand. There was soft music playing. I felt so relaxed. Finally far away from my normal life. Suddenly, I heard a voice calling my name. "Mary, Professor Mary." I turned around quickly. My eyes went wide with surprise. Standing there was Mark, my student. He was with some friends. I could not believe it. Mark was here on this small island at the same time as me. It seemed impossible. He walked towards me with that smile, "Hello, Professor Mary," he said. "This is amazing. What are you doing here?" I told him I was on holiday. He asked, "Professor, Mary, please, can I buy you a drink?" I thought about it for a moment. We were not at college now. We were on holiday, far away. So I said, "Okay, Mark, just one drink." He sat with me, and his friends went somewhere else. We started talking. We had one drink, then a second, then a third. We did not talk about economics or rules. We talked about our lives, our dreams. Mark told me funny stories and made me laugh a lot. I felt like a different person. I felt young and light. I was not Professor Mary. I was just Mary. Later, the bar closed. We decided to walk on the sand next to the water. The sky was dark blue. The moon was large and silver. Mark took my hand as we walked. His hand felt warm and strong. My heart started beating very, very fast. We stopped walking, and he turned to face me. "Mary," he whispered, "you are so different here. You are very beautiful." I felt shy, but also very happy. He leaned closer to me slowly. Then he kissed me. My mind screamed, "No, this is wrong. He is your student." But my body did not listen. I kissed him back. The kiss was long and exciting. It felt like everything else in the world stopped. We went back to his hotel room. We spent the night together. It felt very new. It felt exciting. But deep inside, I knew it also felt a little bit wrong. The next morning, I woke up in Mark's room. The sun was bright, and I felt a strong wave of guilt. What did I do? He was my student. But Mark woke up and smiled. He said, "I like you, Mary, a lot. Can we maybe see each other sometimes? Quietly? In secret?" Part of me wanted to say yes. My heart felt warm. I thought maybe we could make it work. Maybe. The holiday ended, and we went back to the city, back to college. But everything felt different. In class, Mark did not look at me. He looked down at his book the whole time. He did not smile. After class, he did not wait for me. He quickly left the room with his friends. He was cold, like a stranger. I felt confused and hurt. I sent him a text message asking if he was okay. He did not write back. Days passed. He continued to ignore me. I felt a knot in my stomach. What was happening? Then one afternoon, I was walking near the student cafe. I heard loud voices and laughter. I heard Mark's voice. He was with his friends. I stopped for a moment to listen. I heard one of his friends say, "So, Mark, did you really do it with Professor Pretty Eyes on the island?" And then Mark laughed. It was a loud, proud laugh. "Yeah, man," he said. "Easy. I won the bet. $1,000. She was all over me after a few drinks. Told you I could get her. Pay up." My body went cold. My blood felt like ice. A bet, a dare, $1,000? All of it. The looks, the words, the night on the island. It was all a game to him. A cruel game to win money and look cool to his friends. My heart felt like it broke into many pieces. I stood there, feeling sick and stupid. So stupid and used.